Good afternoon. My name is Jason Paniu and I work with the Papua New Guinea's Climate Change and Development Authority. I will be presenting a summary of Papua New Guinea's second biennial update report. The outline of my presentation includes the national context, specifically the institutional arrangement, the greenhouse gas inventory, mitigation actions and effects, support needed and received, and ETF transition and implementation. Papua New Guinea has institutionalized the preparation and submission of the national communications and biennial update reports to the UNFCCC. The mandated entity to prepare and communicate the biennial update reports and national communication as per the Climate Change Management Act is the Climate Change and Development Authority, or CCDA. The responsible division within the CCDA structure is the MRV and National Communications Division. Under this arrangement, CCDA was able to prepare and submit PNG's BOR1, including Plus Technical Annex in 2019, as well as the current BOR2, which includes the National Inventory Report and Plus Technical Annex. For the current BOR2, the institutional arrangement was enhanced by establishing an Energy Subtechnical Working Committee and an AFOLU Subtechnical Working Committee. The Subtechnical Working Committees consist of key government agencies, private sector agencies, and non-government organizations for the energy and AFOLU sectors in PNG. The sub-technical working committees were responsible for providing technical inputs for the preparation of the BOR2. CCDA has also received technical assistance from development partners through multilateral and bilateral support. For the greenhouse gas inventory institutional arrangement, CCDA has been tasked with managing the preparation of the national greenhouse gas inventory in addition to the preparation of the BORs. Key CCDA functions include planning, preparation, and management of the GHG inventory. CCDA collaborates with the designated lead agencies to compile the GHG inventory. Through this collaboration, CCDA received activity data and emission factors to enable estimations of GHG emissions and removals. Private sectors companies also provided data when lead sector agencies are unable. The greenhouse gas inventory covered the years 2000 to 2017. The 2006 IPCC guidelines and 2013 wetland supplements were used and included both Tier 1 and Tier 2 methods. In terms of the emissions and removal trends, PNG went from a net sink of around negative 12,000 kilotons of CO2 equivalent in the year 2000 to a net source in the year 2006 of around 6,000 kilotons CO2 equivalent. Then in 2017, PNG became a net sink of around negative 1,900 kilotons of CO2 equivalent. The main driver for the increasing and decreasing trend is the LULUCF sector, mainly from deforestation and degradation activities in the country. For the mitigation actions and effects, the BOR2 reports on PNG's enhanced NDC, which was submitted in the year 2020. The mitigation contributions in the enhanced NDC captures actions from the two main emitting sectors, which are the energy and AFOLU sectors. Under the energy sector, there are three mitigation actions. The first action includes enhancing the levels of renewables in the energy mix from 30% in 2015 to 78% by 2030 for on-grid connection. The second action includes reducing electricity demand through energy efficiency. And the third action includes fossil fuel offsetting for the energy industry subsector through nature-based solutions. Other potential measures under the energy sector are from the transport subsector, which involves the reduction of fuel consumption. Under the AFOLU sector, there are 11 mitigation actions. The first action is by 2030, annual net emissions from deforestation and forest degradation due to agriculture expansion and commercial logging will be reduced by 10,000 gigagrams CO2 equivalent compared to the 2015 levels. The second action is the LULUCF sector will be converted from a net GHG source of an estimated 1,700 gigagrams CO2 equivalent in the year 2015 to a net GHG sink of an estimated negative 8,200 gigagrams CO2 equivalent by 2030 to mitigate emissions from the other sectors. The third action is the area of annual deforestation is reduced by 25% of 2015 levels by 2030. The fourth action is the total area forest degradation is reduced by 25% of 2015 levels by 2030. The fifth action is the area of planted forest and forest restoration is increased. The sixth action is enhanced land use planning. The seventh action is promoting climate-friendly agriculture. The eighth action is enhancement of timber legality. The ninth action is promoting REDD+. The 10th action is promoting downstream processing. And lastly, promoting the tree planting initiative. It is important to note that all these actions are 100% conditional. Still on mitigation actions and effects, PNG has developed an enhanced NDC implementation plan. The objective is to achieve the enhanced NDC targets in the energy and AFOLU sector. It captures 20 direct actions and 5 enabling pathways to achieve the AFOLU target. It also captures 36 renewable energy projects and 6 activities to achieve the energy sector targets. The implementation roadmap for the electricity sector builds on from the enhanced NDC implementation plan, and the objective is to support PNG's aspiration for a 78% share of renewable energy by 2030. The roadmap illustrates pathways for implementing the 36 projects and articulates aspects of the enabling environment. The implementation roadmap for the AFOLU sector builds on from the enhanced NDC implementation plan, and the objective is to provide a clear AFOLU NDC implementation roadmap around which actions and investment can be mobilized. It provides further information on the 20 direct action pathways and 5 enabling pathways. In addition, there are other mitigation projects taking place in the country, including some of which are also participating in the international market. These include 8 registered CDM projects, which consist of 1 renewable energy project generated from geothermal and 7 renewable energy projects generated from methane capture. However, only 3 of these projects have actually been implemented. That is the geothermal project, which achieved an emission reduction of 200,000 tons of CO2 equivalent per year for the years 2007 and 2008, and 2 renewable energy projects generated from methane capture, which achieved an emission reduction of 94,725 tons of CO2 equivalent in the year 2013. There are 2 projects registered on gold standards, however, they haven't been implemented yet. The country has also implemented the National REDD+ strategy, which achieved an emission reduction of around 5 million gigagrams of CO2 equivalent in the year 2015. In terms of support needed and received, for the support needed, it is estimated in the enhanced NDC implementation plan that PNG will need $1 billion between 2021 to 2030 to achieve its enhanced NDC targets. For technology, there are 10 solar projects and 10 hydro projects identified in the NDC implementation roadmap for the electricity sector. The technology needs for the AFOLU sector is monitoring system assets, as captured in the NDC implementation roadmap for the AFOLU sector. Transport technology needs include climate-resilient transport infrastructures for all modes of transport, inclusive of airports, wharves, roads, and bridges, as per the NDC implementation plan. Technical and capacity building support is also needed for adaptation, mitigation, MRV, and cross-cutting as reported in the BOR2. For the support received, PNG received an estimate of $156.8 million between 2017 and 2022. There were 26 projects implemented or are still being implemented. This includes 8 adaptation projects, 6 mitigation projects, and 4 MRV projects, as well as 8 cross-cutting projects. PNG also submitted a REDD+ technical annex with the BOR, which reports the results achieved against the forest reference level, which was submitted in 2017. The total results achieved for the years 2016, 17, and 18 is around 61 million tons of CO2 equivalent. In terms of PNG's transition to implementing the ETF, PNG developed an ETF roadmap for the AFOLU sector as well as a national GHG inventory improvement plan that outlines what PNG will do to meet the MPGs of the ETF. In addition, PNG also developed and launched the National Adaptation Plan, which will be used as a guide to report adaptation actions. PNG has also enhanced its institutional arrangement to implement the ETF. PNG is in the process of securing the CBIT Phase 2 under the GF8, and PNG practitioners have been attending ETF relevant trainings and workshops to equip them with the knowledge and skills to implement the ETF. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.